Hey Aries, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your divination forecast for the month of May. Hey guys. So real quick, if you want a personal reading, hit the link below, or if you want an awesome bracelet, yeah. Um, but also, quick updates, yeah. Updating everybody since you are aware that I had my spiritual ascension, well, and how I explained, in case you didn't watch the intro to the April videos, yeah. That my guide now communicates to me through my physical body, where before he used to communicate to me externally and I could feel spirit, externally through the tingles and sensations outside of my body. Now I actually feel it inside of my body. There we go. And that's what I'm talking about. My guide actually now communicates to me through physical cues through my body, like winking my eye, or this eye. Thank you. Okay. So know that it's not a tick. That's literally how my guide helps confirm things for me and tell me that I'm on the right track, etc., etc. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Sometimes I'll also kind of move my head around to circle certain. And there we go. Circle certain sets of cards to show me which ones he wants me to go with first, and he wants me to turn these. Okay. Oh, and you are getting to enjoy some brand new cards. Okay. All right. And he really wants me to get into it. Ooh. Okay, Aries. Well, May's looking pretty interesting so far for you. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Sun and the Six of Pentacles, and this is overall energy. Okay, give me 1 second, because he's letting me see the other set here, too. Very interesting. Give me a second, because, okay, he wants me to turn all of them now. Okay, yeah, and again, like, that's my guide communicating to me through my physical body. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, very interesting. Give me a second because he's just helping me draw some parallels here right now. Because he did have me do all of the cards together right now. Okay. All right, so overall energy, yeah, is what we're starting with. We've got the Sun and Six of Pentacles. You can kind of... Again, like, I always tell you guys, the pictures aren't important. They're just a canvas. So that me and my guide, my guide gives me symbols so that I get onto the right track of what he wants me to know. Exactly, okay. But anyhow, this really intrigued me because it's showing that this is going to be a very, it's like a very social month, but it's also a very, hold on. It's a month of like where you bring people in closer to you. And it shows me a sense of either sensuality or sorry, because I have to bring this in because they're showing me the High Priest pretty clearly. Okay, like they're showing me it's like the idea of the root of a sensuality taking shape within that communication or connection with other people. Okay, cool. All right, give me a second because he wants me to look at the other set now. Then we've got Justice and Death. Okay, okay, give me a second. Okay, they're showing me that right now, these two, the Sun and that Six of Pentacles, is tied right now with this Justice card. Now, this version of Justice, it's about realizing your own sense of power and also the balance that it creates when you have a good perspective on it. The Death card being attached to it is showing the idea of certain things coming to an and I knew it. Okay, cool, thank you. Certain things coming to an end. And that's the thing. Because when I saw this card, I saw it was part of a stream. Because my guide taught me how to do straights a long time ago. Yeah. And that shows me almost like a series of events, basically. Yeah. And he's showing me it's an end to this as a part of the reaping. So it's an end of certain pains or hurts when it comes to that idea of intimacy, being close with others. This could also be a particularly sensual side of that, because this is, you know, one of my most sensual cards in any deck. So it really does give that flavor of the month. Like, I think Aries is going to be kind of having a sexier month than some of the other signs. Yeah. Okay, he's really, really onto that one. Okay. All right. Next is energy that surrounds you other than these key, you know, trump card energies. All right, so we've got Seven of Wands. Sorry, give me a second. Oh, okay, beautiful, because he's bringing these together so that I get an even clearer picture. He wanted to bring in Death with the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands has to do with, you know, being able to perceive beauty. Oh, it's also about the intoxication element, in which case I think you're opening up. Okay, you are opening more to the sensation of being intoxicated, being enthralled, I think, is the best way of describing it. It's allowing you to be vulnerable because you're not being suspicious, yeah, of anything that's caused you pain or hurt in the past. Now, this is communicating with people in general, so it doesn't have to be a sexual or love-related thing. It could also be friendship that just has a very deeper sensual quality to it. Yes, okay, thank you. But again, like, that Death card is showing that because you're going to be surpassing some, you know, pains or difficulties of the past, that then you can, you know, open yourself more to being a little more free. Yeah. And then within that freedom, getting to connect more with that sense of sensuality, nakedness. Yeah. All right. Give me a second. Oh, cool! He's giving us another. This is also, this Hanged Man is paired with Ace of Chalices and the Death card. Okay, but he really wants to bring in the Death card first with the Hangman. The idea is that a waiting period's going to be over. Yeah, okay, cool. And Hangman being with Ace of Chalices. Okay, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. Paired with Ace of Chalices like this, sorry, you probably want to see the Ace of Chalices to see I'm not BSing you that I picked it up. Yeah, the Ace of Chalices being paired with this idea of the Death card with the Hanged Man is showing me that it's like a death cycle towards a suspension of your feelings, yeah, or a suspension of your emotions. When it comes to, again, the intimacy factor and the sensuality factor, yes, okay. Give me a second, because he wants for me to, okay. He wants me to bring these back again. So again, it's an end to certain cycles of pain that you've been experiencing, probably on a more mental level at this point. Yeah, because you've been holding yourself in suspension, I think, to a certain extent when it comes to relationships, yeah. Whether they be friendships, love relationships, etc. Give me one second because I want to see where he wants me to go next. Okay, cool. Energy you're bringing. Oh, this is a perfect card for you, too, for what this month represents. Okay, give me a second. All right. Okay, energy you're bringing is the dog. Okay? Now, give me a second because he wanted me to bring in the sun and, Six of Pentacles in order to drive this home. Dog represents feelings of loyalty. Yeah, and in this case, it's loyalty to, in this case, I believe more intimate relationships or friendships. Yes. And even if this is more about you being more committed to deepening friendships with people, and that you realize it more this month and then move forward, that's also a win. But I gotta bring this out because he's really insisting on it. That the Hanged Man and the Death card are a big deal. That means that this cycle should be ending this month. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, reflection is the Knave of Wands. Okay? So right now, Knave of Wands is feeling like, yes, having stood tall and stood the test of time with things. Yeah. Because again, I feel like this has to do with patterns that, yeah, because with the Hanged Man especially, patterns that you had been experiencing on an emotional level that are going to be shattered this month, yes. Again, when it has to come to do with communicating with others and sensual experience through that communication, yeah, okay. All right. Next is action, which is Knight of Pentacles. Okay, give me a second. Okay, this is feeling like victory kind of energy. Give me a second, because he wants me to bring these back. Again, with the Justice card and the Death card, and my autofocus is zooming out. Come back. All right. Um, Bringing in that Knight of Pentacles with the Justice and the Death card, it's the idea of the overcoming again. Yeah, and the overcoming when it comes to intimacies in a social setting, in a social manner. That's a really big thing for you. Yep, big thing for you guys this month. Okay. He wants me to do reaping now. Okay. So, again, with reaping, first one we had, Ten of Swords. Again, the death energy is what accompanies it. So it's the idea of an ending or overcoming of any past pains, disappointments, etc. And again, because the Hanged Man is being pulled into this, any patterns associated with it too should be ending this month. All right. Next one. Oh, just driving it home more. The Emperor. Okay, so that's showing me the idea of self-mastery and also a support. And being able to hold your head up high. Okay, give me a second because he's... Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Six of Chalices. That one has to do with... Okay, they're showing me the home in this case, which is showing me the idea of stability. Oh, okay, alright. This is what he wants. Last one's the Hierophant. Sorry, I'm not sure if I showed you Six of Chalices, but he really was focusing on the home, so I mean, it's a pretty card, but that's what he really wanted out of that. Hierophant. It's showing me the idea of self-mastery, wisdom, you know, being more in control. Yeah. Alright, and give me a second, because I want to make sure... Okay. And I know, you know, videos are back to their normal length, but, like, when the message is really concise, he doesn't want me to keep BSing and just drag it out, you know? Like, some of the messages have been shorter this week, some have been longer. I think he's just going to want me to be wrapping up with you guys, yeah. He wanted me to bring back the Hangman and the Death card. So the idea of, you know, putting an end to patterns, or they could be social patterns even, yeah. Like the idea of, if you always have certain patterns when it comes to how you interact or how you keep your friends or your relationships or how you connect and communicate with your friends or lovers, etc. Yeah, because I believe this is going to be undergoing some sort of, sorry, because he wanted me to bring this back, some sort of transition. And again, it has to do with increased vulnerability and increased sensuality towards the intimacy, okay? Intimacy is a keyword now for this month when it comes to relationships. Any type of relationship, remember that. But again, it's the idea of you being able to stand higher and taller, knowing that you can be vulnerable in relationships, and this is kind of a perfect Aries message. I'm on the cusp of Aries for my son, so yeah, and that's the other thing, because now he's throwing back in the Ace of Chalices here. So it's kind of this idea of, you know, sometimes as fire signs in particular, it can be a little bit harder to tap into your emotions as much as the next person. We're entering you into a phase where that's going to be different now. Yeah. Oh, okay, and that's what he wanted. All right, guys. So that said, you know, you're going to be seeing some transitions when it comes to your relationships and how intimate and how comfortable you feel being intimate in your relationships. And again, end to long-standing patterns as well. That said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do. And I hope you have an awesome month. I'll see you later, guys.